I'm new here, okay? Welcome back to Dumb and Broke. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Chelsea. And we're back.
And we're back. Episode 25.
Wow.
That's a milestone.
Yeah, this is like our
Quarter quill. Isn't that...
Quarter quill?
Did you ever watch the Hunger Games?
Yes.
The quarter quill. Like every 25 years they do. I think like the second movie is based on.
So now we fight to the death?
Yeah. But yeah, 25. 25 whole weeks of this. That's like half a year.
That is like half a year. And we're just going to keep cruising. Somehow we need to grow these numbers. I don't know how to do it. I think we're going to have to bring on guests soon.
Yeah, I think we need to like...
As much as I love us.
I love us. I even love this because it's super comfortable.
Yeah.
But like, how are we going to bring a guest into this situation? You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, I had
to pass the mic.
Where are they going to sit? On my lap?
I'll open up.
I heard that about you. I mean, we could do like the table thing. Remember last season we did the table?
Yeah.
3 people could fit there. Yeah.
We can figure it out.
We can figure it out.
Yeah. If you guys want guests, you can let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, because we need to like spruce it up a bit. We need that. What's that French term?
Je ne sais quoi.
We need that.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know, but it's that sounds right.
Right.
But that'd be cool to incorporate people because like I know a few people want to come on and yeah.
I think we think about it every time we are usually drinking alcohol and having entertaining conversations.
Yeah.
That's when we're like, yeah, this would be a fun, or like our friends will say, yeah, look, you guys should put this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Totally. And we do a lot of the time.
Yeah. I find that a lot of times when we're out together, like a lot of our conversations will start, or like mid conversation will be like, yeah, Bryan and I spoke about this on the podcast, but you know what I mean? Like one of us will say that and I love it.
Right. Because it's like, have you not been listening?
Right. I love those moments when people let me know that they listen without letting me know. You know what I mean? Like, not like, oh, I heard you talked about this on your podcast, so I want to talk about this. I mean, like, so the other day, Friday night, I was at a happy hour and I think one of the guys like, oh, like, what do you have planned for this weekend? And at that point, I had 0 plans. Turns out I did a whole lot of shit on this weekend, but we can get to that in a second. I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm probably just going to catch up on like Big Brother, finish my little book. And he turns to me and he goes, oh, you read?
Yeah.
Because he listens.
Right.
And I was like, that's good. Like, I love that kind of stuff, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. We love the people that listen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a small little community that we have, but I want it to be big.
Right. Right now it feels like we're just having, while we don't have guests and it's just me and you, we're still having a conversation with all of our friends.
Yeah.
A lot of my close friends that don't live in New York listen to the podcast. And one of them told me, she goes, I just feel like you're in my living room and we're just having a conversation.
I love that.
So
I know, because I would have this conversation with like so many other people, you know, like similar conversations. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we want, just on a larger scale. We want to be friends with a bunch of strangers that we don't know.
Yeah. And I love that. But also sometimes when I think about it a little too hard, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? We're just like we're just recording our conversation and putting it on the internet. Like, what a weird fucking thing. What, like our ancestors are probably like, would probably think like,
we failed.
Right? Like, what is this? But
that's all I ever want out of my life. I think I would just like to talk and put things on the internet.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job at it.
Life goals.
I forgot what I was just about to say. Oh yeah, I actually do have a controversial opinion about the podcasting world, but I'll save that for later.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we may have briefly covered it the other night. But how are you doing? How's this bitch ran fucking like 13 miles on Saturday.
I did. I ran a cute little half marathon.
Oh, right. Damn, you ran a half marathon.
I ran a half marathon. It was a journey, and I've got to do it all over again this weekend, plus an extra mile.
Oh my God, you have to do that this weekend?
I have to do it every weekend until November.
When are you going to do it this weekend?
I got to do it Saturday morning. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. So we have a lot this weekend.
Yeah. And because, she ran 13 miles and then met up for a boozy brunch and like downed like 8 mimosas.
Too many. Yeah. Too many mimosas with the zero hydration in my body. Ended up staying out in the same clothes that I ran 13 miles in, which, if you know, it's not actually super uncommon for me. But all night. And then, had a rough evening. Hit a wall, some might say.
Didn't quite you made it to dinner.
I made it to dinner, but you guys know that scene in Bridesmaids where she's like, I'm fine. And they try and get her to eat an almond. I'll eat this.
Yeah.
Put it in her mouth. That's how I felt trying to eat dinner. And then it was to the point where I was like, I should go.
Yeah, I remember because we were at this place called Thursday Kitchen, which you've never been before, right?
No. Still can't say that I have.
It's in the East Village. If you're from New York, you probably know about it. If you're not, then I recommend it. It's really fun. But one of the things that they're known for are these like adult Capri Suns. That's what I would call them. They're like, it's alcoholic, those like pouches basically. And they like glow and they're actually really pretty good. But I went to I was like, here, take a sip of it. And you're like, no. And the no was like, no, I like literally can't.
I could not put that in my body.
It wasn't. No. I don't want to. It was.
I literally can't even sit here and smell the food. I gotta go. Gotta go. Good times. Wow. And then Sunday, I just laid around and did pretty much nothing.
But yeah, so this upcoming Saturday, we have 2 parties to attend to.
Right.
And you're going to run 13 miles before all that.
Yeah, but I'm going to hydrate properly. I just bought so one of the issues is I can't run with things in my hand. Yeah. It feels weird. So like water has been out. But I just bought, because of that scenario, I bought this backpack that has like water in it and a tube that comes out and you just, I think there's I think they call it a Camelback. I think that's the main brand, but I got some Amazon knockoff. So maybe that will help and I won't feel like a piece of shit by 8 p.m.
Yeah. Camelback is a brand name. I would have referred to it as a Camelback, which is like, that is like the marketing goal for your brand to be named, like for people to think of your brand as like the product. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know why you were talking about that. You kept going, but I was stuck on that.
Well, it's kind of like a lot of people call those water bottles a Hydro Flask. I mean, there is Hydro Flask, but all the knockoffs, they still call them a Hydro Flask.
Or like Kleenex. People are like, I need a Kleenex.
Right.
That's a brand.
Yeah. They nailed it. Crush.
We need to do that with something.
Podcast.
When you think of, we should have just called this podcast. The podcast. I wonder if that.
Even though there's tons and tons of podcasts before us, this is the one.
Anytime people think of podcasts, they think of this.
Oh, are you talking about me? Anytime anybody brings up a podcast ever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You listen. Another listener.
Now, anytime people think of dumb and broke, they think of us. Oh.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Everyone, I love when we let people know that we have a podcast and they're like, oh, what's it called? And then we say dumb and broke. And then the first,
who's dumb and who's broke?
Yeah.
And we giggle every time and we're like, depends on the day.
Literally.
You're laughing because it's true.
It's so fucking true. Sometimes I feel like initially I'd be like, I'm dumb, she's broke, or do something like that. But yeah, now it's literally that.
Depends on the day.
Like, we both share the role equally.
But we're not annoyed by it.
No.
That's not something that annoys me quite yet. Maybe when we're famous and it's hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
What questions?
The question doesn't annoy me. It's my own self answering it. It's like, I don't know what to say. Like, do I have to answer it or do I just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm annoyed of myself.
Yes. Make them
What
guess.
does it look like?
Yeah. Who's dumb and who's broke?
We should.
I would be offended. Either way, whatever is said, I'd be
Would you
offended.
rather look dumb or look broke?
I would rather look dumb, I think.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
So one of us is going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So we said last week that we should go on dates. That we're going to pop back into the world. And I popped back in. I dipped my toes right back into Hinge. And turns out if you respond to men, sometimes something I'm not going to say works out because nothing has worked out,
Yeah.
but I am going on a date tomorrow.
That's exciting. That's big news because
It is.
as you all know now, as the whole world knows, you haven't been on a date in a while.
I haven't.
So that's exciting. I'm proud of you because I haven't been able to take that step yet.
Thanks. I'm hoping to inspire you to take it as well so we could just chat through this journey. I will say, I mean, I'm not like super optimistic. I think a good dating quality that I have is I don't feel like I ever go into a first date like super excited. Not that I'm not excited. I mean, the date is at 9 p.m. that I'm not excited about, but I committed to it and I will stand by my commitment. But
I think that's the way to go into it though. Like that is the right mindset.
Right, especially if this is maybe if it's a person that you've met before and you can get really excited about it. But I don't know what this guy sounds like. I don't know anything about his mannerisms. I just don't want to I feel like I'm going to get myself I'm going to be more let down if I go into it really excited rather than just going into it and being like, okay, I'm going to have a conversation with another dude.
Yeah, and I need to do that. Like I need to remind myself once I do go back into dating to do exactly that because I do the complete opposite. I plan our entire future. I in my mind, I know exactly how it's going to go, and 99.9% of the time, it does not.
When they do not stick to the plot, it's annoying.
It's so annoying. Ugh. So, yeah. So hopefully, it's a good one. Mainly for the podcast, so we have good
right.
Actually, hopefully, it's a bad one.
I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine either way. It'll be fine. We're just getting drinks.
That's also the way to go.
Yes.
I've told myself I haven't done it yet, but that's also another thing I'm going to do moving forward is you meet for drinks on first date.
Yeah. I would do coffee.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like meet.
Right. Something short term.
Right. My last date,
short term.
going to the movies.
That was aggressive.
What the fuck is that? Like, who goes to the movies on a first date? I mean, I think in this case, it was the best case scenario because like I wasn't interested. So like in a movie, you don't talk. So, but in most cases, that's not a good first date. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm out there. And I told you a little bit before this, but I feel like once one you find one, they all start coming out of the woodworks. Like they're in the DMs and I'm just gonna roll with it.
Well, I hope that I've never had that problem. I've never had
soon. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
You got to open it up.
I will say when you told me earlier that you have a date tomorrow, I did open up the app and swiped left on every single person I saw. I don't know what it is. Like in this current era of my life, I'm not attracted to anyone. People like, and I don't know.
Can I confess something to you that I'm low-key embarrassed about? But I'm going to share. Yeah. I'll be willing to share.
Yeah.
I paid money on Hinge.
Oh, that's fine.
Is it?
No. No, I know people who have like Hinge.
You do
premium.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I just did like a boost. So for I did it for a 24-hour period, which I think was $19.99.
What does it do?
$20. It puts you to the front of people's, I guess, list or their algorithm. And so I got it's like boom, 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 you get all these likes.
Oh.
While it's still 90% of them, I also feel like while you're swiping in that 24-hour window, you have better prospects.
Because Hinge is like learning what you like. So.
Right. So I don't know. It kind of worked out for me. I feel like I'd do it again.
Okay. That's
so
encouraging.
It could be an option for you and any listeners out there.
I don't think you should be too embarrassed by that. I paid $20 a month for Raya for like a long time.
Yeah. I did have to tell one of my friends recently, a guy who's dating, that he should not be sending roses. And he was like, well, I only get one a day. And I was like, stop it right now.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. No, that's a lie. I think I probably have sent a rose once or twice. Have you?
I don't think so. Why has it become social suicide? I don't know.
I don't think people talk about this enough, actually.
Like, what is so... I don't know. For me, and this is so messed up. I just don't want to give a guy the satisfaction that they're in my rose jail. Like, that you've made it...
Yeah.
To where the only way that I can like you is if I give you a rose. I X out on my rose, people.
Now I feel like I don't understand the concept anymore. Explain to our friends. What's you get one rose on Hinge.
Right. Okay. So you've got your main swiping, swipe left, swipe right. And apparently Hinge learns your algorithm, or learns what you like and what you don't like, and they call it your standouts. These are your standouts, the people that are your type to a T. There's like 5 or 6 of them every single day, and they put them in another place. And the only way that you can like them or swipe right is if you send them a rose, and you get 1 rose per day. But for some reason, just sending a rose has become like such a, like, if I get a rose, it's like, ugh.
You're right. I don't get them often, but but when I get them, it's from someone I'm like so not into.
Right.
Maybe that has something to do with it. But why, as you were explaining this, it sounds like a game. It sounds like
kind of, but it's almost like I am acknowledging that you are in a higher league than me.
Yeah.
Is it? And that's kind of messed up, because I don't feel like that's how it's intended. But I also feel it's solely intended just for Hinge to make money, because you can buy roses and send more roses to more people. But for me, I just X out all of my standouts. So maybe I'll show up on their feed, and the algorithm just doesn't understand me.
That makes me think, like, I've always thought, like, who spends money on these things? Clearly you.
Why is that so embarrassing?
I don't think it's embarrassing, but it's something I can't relate to. Like, I think of, like, do you watch, like, people on Instagram Live ever?
Not really.
Sorry, not Instagram Live, TikTok Live?
Sometimes if I'm, like, scrolling through and I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I do. I watch a few people's, like, TikTok Lives religiously. Sometimes it's so annoying when a random live shows up on your For You page, because, like, you don't know the people on your For You page, and sometimes you click on it and it's like 16 people. It's like, I just showed up to this, like, random person's, and, like, why?
And now I'm gonna immediately leave,
because then it says, like, Brian Shapiro joined. I'm like, oh my god, this is so awkward. But the reason I brought it up is because people make a lot of money on TikTok Live. And it's from people, like, sending them gifts and roses and, like, all these little things. It's like, so I literally do not understand it. And I'm like, I watch TikTok Live and I never do that. Like, I just don't understand the whole concept and how people, I don't know.
Yeah. Social things are weird. That's such a weird, I don't really feel like I ever watch lives.
Yeah. And it's such a big part of the app. Like, I watched this one creator, Terry Jo, who is so freaking funny. I know I brought her up to you so many times. I think she might be, like, the most watched TikTok Live person. Like, I'll go on there and there'll be, like, 45,000 people watching. And, like, she'll sometimes her whole thing is like she'll just get random people on to like go on live, and she just like trolls them. And like now these celebrities have caught on, so she'll like Madonna has gone on with her, Doja Cat, like other influencers, and it's just like TikTok live is a thing. And people, you have to have 1,000 followers on TikTok in order to go live. So people are like, so many people are just trying to get those so they can go live, because you can make a lot of money going live.
Should I go live?
Yeah. Oh, right. You can go live.
I can go live.
Oh my God. You probably should. Like, that's the way. That's apparently the way to like make it on TikTok is TikTok live.
Well, good to know. Heard it here first. Next time you see me,
catch Chelsea on TikTok live.
I just think of all of those weird people that when they get the gifts, they're like, "Oh, but thank you for blah blah blah," and it doesn't make sense.
Yes,
and that's why just weird about it.
Because those are worth money. So, and like some of them are worth more. So if they get like a certain gift, they're like, "Oh my God, thank you so much," because like one could be like worth like $20, and if you get that like 100 times, that's a lot of freaking money.
Who's just spending their money on TikTok lives? That's the real question.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That just made me think, should we ever do like a Instagram live version? We were really like recording it.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Is that how we boost?
I don't know. Do people go onto people's Insta? Oh, we can do it on your TikTok.
We could turn on
That's what we should do.
Yeah.
This is a brainstorming session, guys. Thank you for
Thank you for joining. If you guys have ideas, comments, suggestions, please let us know.
We should think about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking Instagram live like on our Instagram, but like I don't think do people get like access to random people's Instagram lives?
You get a notification, I think.
No, but I mean like random people. Like, because on TikTok, it just shows up on your For You page.
Right.
Anyhow. I wish you well on your date.
Thanks. Yeah, it's going to be fine. It'll be fine regardless.
Okay, I got some more controversial opinions from the World Wide Web.
Yay.
And I'm ready when you are.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I alluded to one earlier. I want to get that off my chest.
Let it out.
And I just wrote celebrities with podcasts. I just don't think every single celebrity needs one. And it actually kind of pisses me off because a lot of them aren't good. And I feel like it's such a
I want you to name the one that you're thinking of right now.
I kind of hate to say this because like I kind of like her. I just feel like, and I don't really listen to it. I think I've listened to one because like one of the guests on there I liked. Meghan Trainor. Why the hell do you have a podcast?
Yeah.
I like her, but why do you have a podcast? You're like a big pop star. You don't need it. All About That Bass is going to pay your bills, your kids' bills, your kids' bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's such like an easy cash grab that people just don't. It makes it harder for people like you and I to succeed because how many people listen to so many podcasts? You know, like personally, I only listen to like 2 others. I just don't have the capacity. So you're taking away when you don't. I just don't. I mean, maybe I don't know, but I don't feel like she needs the money from the podcast. And it's so easy because you already have a loyal fan base that, of course, if you start a podcast, you're instantly going to have 500,000 subscribers and it's just going to keep growing. Whereas us, we have 55 YouTube subscribers and it's like, because the rest of the world's listening to Meghan Trainor.
We're going to be better than Meghan Trainor.
We already are better than Meghan Trainor. But yeah, how do you feel about that?
I guess I don't really care because I just don't listen to them. So I think the most like celebrity I would listen to is some of the Bachelor contestants when they came off. I mean, almost all of them are on somebody's podcast or have a podcast. But I found that interesting, but just in terms of like their hot takes on The Bachelor. I was there for gossip. So, but I'm trying to think of other celebrities.
But even that, because I listen to a lot of those people, like I'll listen to 3 different drag race podcasts and there's like 50 of them recapping the episode. that's a really niche thing that in a way that doesn't bother me as much because that is made for like that specific community. I mean, I guess it could be hard because how many people are listening to, I'm listening to a bunch of them, but do you know what I mean? Like,
but I guess the flip of it would be, okay, say we were super famous pop stars. I would kind of like to have at least some platform where I felt like people got to know me. Because if you're just like put on this, whether that's good or bad, if you're put on this platform, but you feel like all you're known for, it's all about that base. I don't know. I feel like you'd want to.
I think that's a good point, but I don't think...
And that's a great time for you to get a reality show.
You have your own platform. That's what social media is. You know what I mean? You can go on Instagram Live. There's so many other things. You can be guests. You could actually share your platform and go on the Dumb and Broke podcast and share your personality there. Do you really, like, you have millions and millions of eyes. Do you really want like a weekly opportunity to get canceled? Do you know what I mean? Like,
true. She did get canceled on her podcast.
Did she?
She said something about, I don't know if it was her podcast or somebody else's, but she said something like fuck teachers or something.
Oh.
I mean, I think there was more context to it, but that was what was taken and she got ripped. So, I mean, high risk, high reward. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm indifferent either way.
All right. Well, I feel strongly about it. All right. Next. This is one that a friend of ours gave. I'm not going to say his name just in case, but he wrote, "It's impossible to stay friends with people who have children if you don't have any." And I told him, I'm pretty sure Chelsea and I are going to be in agreement where we don't agree. It's not impossible.
No.
We both have friends who have kids.
Literally, so many of my friends have kids.
Some of the opinions are like, so like, I get the sentiment. Like, I think it is hard to remain the same level of friendship that you had with someone before they had kids and then after they have kids. It changes.
I think you have to understand your place.
Totally.
Like, in no way, shape, or form do I expect any of some of my very best friends have kids. I am not expecting those people to put me above their kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like, you pay more attention to your kids than me.
Yeah, that's so annoying. Are you kidding? Yeah, of course. So we wouldn't be friends anymore.
It's like all you care about is your
kids. They'd be like, "You dumb bitch." No.
You'd have your falling out.
I would have my falling out. Maybe that's my moment. Yeah. Just name them all off. Guys, I have a problem and I really think you all put your kids above me.
You chose your kids over me.
Right. But I think it was just kind of like once they had kids, I knew my role.
Yeah.
Which
I think it's just like it's hard. Like it's kind of, it can be sad if like you've had this relationship with someone and it just changes and you just like, you can't do the same things that you used to do. I'm trying to think like, I haven't really, my best friend Amy has 2 kids, but we've always kind of been like long distance for most of our adult friendship. And I don't have any like newer friends who like, I'm trying to think like, maybe someone I would like go out with every Friday night. I'm trying to think like if Tegan were to have a kid, that would be really hard because like Tegan is like my going out friend.
But I also think like, no offense to whoever submitted this, but I think that's kind of selfish because like, I think all of my friends that I can think of, I'm thinking of like, it's not like they're unhappy with their choices. Like I'm seeing them evolve as a person. Like one of my best friends turned into a mom and it's a crazy and wild concept to me, obviously. And we can still have those conversations of like, remember when we did all of this stupid shit? And now you're a mom. Isn't that wild? And they'll sit there and look me dead in the eye and be like, yeah, it's fucking crazy that I'm raising a human. But so I think that's just like, I don't know. It's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you should be kind of happy for them and they're doing whatever they want to do.
I agree. And like, to be fair, the person, who this person is, and I'll tell you later, he likes to be polarizing.
Great.
That probably gave you the hint right there. So, all right, next. despite everything, the current era is without a doubt the best time to be alive. I think I mean like despite everything, like despite all the like, horrible shit, the current era is without a doubt the best time to be alive.
I mean, I feel that way.
I agree. Like, it's a shitty world, but like the first thing I thought of was like plumbing. Like things like that, like electricity and like.
How far back are you going?
Oh, I'm thinking of like ancient times.
Maybe a little house on the prairie.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm just so grateful for like my air conditioning. Do you know what I mean? Where did your mind go?
I was thinking like 60s.
Okay.
50s, 60s. But I also, I just don't think I could be a woman back then. I don't.
Yeah. It's definitely the best time to be a woman.
Now?
Right now.
Oh, 100%.
It's the best time to be gay.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's yeah. Even though it's like hard for.
And that's why the world is shitty, because people are in an uproar.
Mm-hmm. People are mad. People hate us. A lot of people hate us.
Why are you so mad?
You need to calm down.
You're being too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. The current era is the best era.
Okay. We're in agreement
to
there.
live in. Yeah.
Next. Running is an enjoyable hobby.
False.
Okay. I'm glad you admitted that. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let's unpack that, because I literally do not get it when people like. I do think people do enjoy running, and I don't get it.
I will say it is such a great feeling afterward. Like the runner's high that you get for me when you stop running is so worth it. It is so worth it. But the actual act of running, no.
Yeah.
No. I do think it has been really good for me mentally, because it makes me, but in the same way that like meditation is, I have to focus on my breath and I'm just in my own head for, at this point, hours on end. Mm-hmm. So that part is good for me, but I don't necessarily think you have to have the running part in order to do that. Like you could just meditate. But I don't know. I would like to keep running even after the marathon, but not to the extent that I'm running now.
Yeah, like you've mentioned this, like when you first said like you were doing the marathon, like you wouldn't be doing the marathon if it wasn't like a big goal, or
if it wasn't an event.
If it wasn't an event.
It's going to be an event.
And like you do it for that feeling. And I can relate to that. I mean, I fucking hate, like in the moment during the workouts, I want to run out. I want to walk out the building. I fucking hate my life. But like immediately when you're done, you feel good.
Right.
Like I fucking did that. So it's exactly the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I get that. But yeah, the act of running, absolutely not.
Yeah, this saying running is an enjoyable hobby, not like running makes me feel great. Yeah, I can't get down with that.
I think some people do like running.
I think some people do. I think some people do.
Weird. That's crazy.
And that makes me think you've got way too much going on up here.
Yeah.
That there is something, there's a screw loose. Because, or maybe that says more about me, because I just like don't want to spend that much time with myself up there.
I just don't get it. Anywho, we got one more, and it might be a little early to talk about this. But Thanksgiving food is overrated.
I'm going to disagree, because mashed potatoes are my favorite freaking thing. So any meal that includes mashed potatoes is a meal for me. I actually like turkey, love ham. Usually we have macaroni and cheese, slaps. Sweet potatoes, hell yeah. Pies, sign me up. There's really nothing about I even like stuffing. There's nothing about Thanksgiving that I don't like.
I don't think it's that good. I don't think Thanksgiving food is that good. It looks like complete shit. When everyone posts their pictures, like they're like,
Yeah, you probably
plates,
shouldn't do that.
they look horrible. That looks like what my cat pukes up. But I mean, it's not horrible. I eat, don't get me wrong, I eat everything. But to me, the turkey's always dry. I prefer ham over turkey, but I feel like my family never makes a ham. Anywhere I go, no one makes a ham. The turkey's always dry.
Come on down to Texas. I haven't been to Thanksgiving in like 2 or 3 years.
Cranberry sauce?
I don't really ever get it, but
Green bean casserole's okay.
I get down with the casserole.
I think stuffing is okay.
Yeah.
Like, don't act like you love it that much because it's available all year round. You don't make stuffing.
No. Mashed potatoes, giblet gravy, though.
Well, yeah, everyone likes mashed potatoes. I wouldn't even yeah.
Are you saying that? Are you going to say that that's not a Thanksgiving item?
Like you started with that, and I was like, you can't just go there. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're saying that, you're saying that. Oh, can I not just go there because mashed potatoes is something that I would also eat year round? Because you're saying that's why dressing is not that great because you wouldn't eat it year round. Whatever. And then, but how are mashed potatoes not considered a Thanksgiving item just because I eat them year round? Is it only a Thanksgiving food if you only eat it on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
But then if you only eat it on Thanksgiving, then it probably isn't that great of a food because you're
that's
not
what I'm
eating
saying.
it any other time.
To me, I wouldn't I think mashed potatoes is a staple at Thanksgiving, but I wouldn't classify it as a Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
What about pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie is, but I think pumpkin pie is fine.
Oh.
It's not that good. And again, we don't eat it all year round. I don't think people make big ass turkeys all year round either. They only really make them. We eat turkey, but not in the form that we do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But all these things are available.
But I think the parts that you only are going to eat on Thanksgiving, yeah, they aren't that great. But I think there are more Thanksgiving foods that you eat all year round that are great.
Macaroni, cheese, mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time on this.
I'm passionate.
Yeah.
Passionate about it.
I think you don't think it's that overrated. I do think it's overrated. So we want to know what you think.
We want to know what you think. Yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving really isn't that far away. It's
not that far away. I'm going to Florida. I haven't done Thanksgiving with my family in years. So since I've been in New York, I haven't gone home for Thanksgiving. So it'll be nice.
I haven't either. I'll probably be here.
Yeah.
I'd rather go home for Christmas. I think Christmas is a superior holiday.
Yeah. I'm Jewish, so it doesn't matter for me. I think I'll be here for Christmas.
Oh, you want to come to Texas?
I'm going to Lebanon the week before, so probably not.
Okay.
But maybe
you guys want to go to Texas?
comment down below if you want to go tell us. All right. Well, now that everyone knows our Thanksgiving plans and our Christmas plans, I think it's time to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.